Hey there, athletes. Coach John Ferry here from Team Wilpers. Very excited to welcome you to our Week 6 athlete briefing for the La Jolla Half Marathon and 5K. And only technically Week 2 for our 5Kers out there. We're going to start out with a Week 5 review for our half marathoners. And we started the week with a hill repeat session. So this is a continued expansion of some of the hill work we've done already early in this challenge. Just as a reminder, we're focusing on power generation here in this workout, designed to build and increase your leg strength and get ready for that La Jolla half marathon course. Our key run number 2 here this week was a half marathon pace interval workout. So it was another advancement of this progression. These things are probably starting to feel a little bit spicy if you're kind of taking it all the way to the limit there on your half marathon pace. Then we've got our long run to finish the week, and this week right here, it's going to be 7 to 9 miles, nice and easy, finish things out. 5Kers, you either started with a 20-minute distance test or a progression run to set yourself up and kind of set and test your paces there in week 1. So either way, you should have the baseline to start the next 8 weeks of your training challenge here. Run number 2 is for you is going to be that endurance run. So a little bit easier second run because of that tough start to the week there, which is inclusive of a little bit of a few strides. Easy pace long run to finish out the week. Just as a little FYI for athletes that are already at a higher volume than listed here, absolutely feel free to continue running that higher volume for the long run. We might catch up to you down the way. Just as a reminder, I want you to keep going into that website, checking the box saying, I did this workout. Completing 100% of your workouts is now and has always been the best way to put yourself in a position to be successful. So keep going in, check that box, chase that 100% completion percentage. Now let's jump into our week 6 half marathon workouts, week 2 for the 5K group. 5Kers. Key run number 1 is going to be a threshold run to kickstart the week here. This is referring to lactate threshold or an energy zone often described as comfortably uncomfortable, if that resonates with you. This could also be described as a little bit of a Swiss Army knife of the running energy zone spectrum, as it is an energy zone related all the way from racing the mile to the marathon. So a very broad encompassing energy zone we can work on to see some great results very quickly. In essence, what we want to do here in getting more efficient at this energy zone is it allows you to hold harder paces for longer, which is exactly what we're going to want you to do in the 5K. Key run number 2 for you is going to be short hill repeats. So all the benefits included previously in talking about that hill repeat session. However, in these short hill intervals here, I want you to focus on a couple other things primarily. One is going to be maintaining a nice, easy effort on incline, trying to make it feel very manageable. 2 is keeping a really good tall posture. So we want eyes up, shoulders back, staying nice, tall, and relaxed through your time on incline. And 3, we're really just getting some reps in here, starting to feel pretty comfortable, but this shouldn't beat you up too much. So that first week workout of the week, a little bit tough. This one hopefully kind of, we'll call it endurance run plus hills would kind of be our side name for it here. Half marathoners, you're going to start the week endurance run plus strides. We're actually just focusing on building a little bit of volume here, taking that workout a little bit longer and naturally continue to build some endurance for this event. Key run number 2 is a half marathon pace interval run. So yet another escalation of half marathon pace intervals. So by this point, we're starting to spend some pretty significant time holding this pace. Not only are you getting a lot of time training sub-threshold, but you should hopefully start to be getting fairly familiar with what finding the pace feels like, holding the pace, and holding it for an extended period of time in that half marathon pace interval run. We are progressing the long run again this week, so we're bumping up to this 8 to 10 miles, continuing this progression. As these long runs continue to get a little bit longer and a little bit longer, certainly something to consider here is around the 90-minute mark of any exercise session, but a long run in particular, is where you have to start really considering intra-workout supplementation of fluids, nutrition, etc. And so this is a very personal process, probably more so than anything I've seen in other parts of running. to figure out and to get right. So a couple things just to think about as you're really planning your upcoming long runs is one, should you be supplementing with carbohydrates in form of gels, chews, sport drinks, etc.? Do you feel like you're getting hungry or need energy to go deeper into your run? Two, are you taking in fluids in general? Certainly at 90 minutes plus in the California sunshine, it might make sense to be taking in fluids during your training runs. In terms of water, a little rule of thumb here is maybe like 20 ounces per hour. I don't love that rule of thumb, to be quite honest. I kind of like the drink when you're thirsty mentality. That being said, if these runs start to become 90 minutes, 2 hours, you absolutely want to be taking in water during that time. Finally, you also be supplementing with electrolytes, whether in tablet form or drink form. And so this is that kind of added salt or electrolytes to retain water better, be able to hold on to it. So especially important for heavy sweaters, especially important in warm weather conditions to be supplementing with electrolytes over the course of this workout. So these are things that absolutely might come into play and you want to be inclusive of during your race. And so in order to get ready for that time, you absolutely should be right now incorporating them into your training runs so you can get that dialed in well in advance of race day. The goal of this supplementation is to provide a nice smooth energy level start to finish over the course of your workout and your race, and prevent some of that post long run crash feeling people talk about when you're a little bit depleted at the end of those sessions. So the intra-workout nutrition can feed directly into the post-workout feel and kickstart the recovery as well by kind of nailing that intra-workout input. This takes quite a bit of time to figure out, even for very skilled athletes and runners. So I would encourage you and urge you almost to start that process now in training if you haven't already, so that once again, you get it dialed in by the time you're a couple weeks out and doing your key training runs in advance of the La Jolla Half Marathon. For specific questions on this, absolutely come to the Facebook page, drop a comment in there, and we'll delve into each individual issue. But otherwise, that'll be it for our week 6/week 2 athlete briefing. Thanks as always for being here. We'll see you back soon.